Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Maganda-ganda ang ating topic in this episode. Naalala nyo last week, I had an episode tungkol sa isang small town sa British Columbia. Meron silang isang community leader doon who spoke on behalf of local businesses in their small town na nahihirapan dahil dito sa restriction sa Temporary Foreign Workers Program. Okay, marami daw po kasi sa mga negosyo doon sa kanilang taon, nakalimutan ko lang yung pangalan ngayon guys, relies heavily on TFWs. And those are talagang yung community restaurant nila, no? Siguro yung nag-iisang branch ng sikat na fast food chain doon, yung mga ganon. When I discuss that, in a way, I feel like, naiintindihan ko, siguro, talagang hirap siguro talaga sila makahanap ng mga local workers to fill all job vacancies there. Kasi nga, small town sila, no? This time though, sige, let me know what you think. Meron ding, okay, isang grupo naman ngayon po ng mga negosyante. Malalaking negosyo po ito, based in Quebec. They are also airing their grievances, their complaints tungkol sa restrictions sa Temporary Foreign Workers Program. Okay, sila po obviously ay nag-hire siguro na napakaraming TFWs over recent years and are now forced to let go of their workers. Okay? In effect, ano ba ibig sabihin yan if they let go of their TFWs? Well, kailangan nila maghanap ng local workers. Perhaps, kailangan din nilang gawing mas attractive ang kanilang pasweldo para sila ay applyan, siyempre, ng mga locals, no? They are saying now, hindi nila kakayanin, hindi kakayanin ng kanilang operations, malulugi raw sila. Some of them, they say, may face bankruptcy if magpatuloy daw itong paghihigpit sa TFWs. Let me know what you guys think. Again, these are big companies, no? Sila po ay nasa Quebec. 23 businesses now suing the federal government, guess what? For $300 million dahil daw sa mga losses nila because of these restrictions sa foreign workers. So sige, puntahan na natin tong report na ito.
Quebec businesses that make everything from steel products to winter jackets and airplane parts say temporary foreign workers are essential to stay afloat. But now that Ottawa is pushing to reduce the number of permits it issues, employers are upset.
The federal government from 2021 to 2024 has said to those enterprise, you can count on foreign workers as much as you like. And all of a sudden, they decided to flip the table and say, well, forget about that. I mean, we're changing the rules.
Bérard is representing 23 Quebec companies who launched a $300 million lawsuit against the federal government to cover their losses.
The federal government obviously is killing, some very important, vital part of our economies.
Kasama kaya dito sa 23 business ito yung mga malalaking fast food chains like, for example, ayoko na nga magbanggit. Pero naalala ko kasi meron po nag-comment sa akin na inaalam mo dapat mong pag-usapan. Itong hindi ko na sasabihin. Tsaka ito pang kilalang mga restaurants, no? Talagang suki ang mga TFW, no? Mga food service crew, madalas po dyan. I think ang gusto talakayin ng commenter na yan is how some fast food chains, halimbawa, really abuse the TFW program, relied solely on TFWs, kumbaga, no? Majority of their employees. At the same time, siguro hindi rin naman maganda ang working conditions ng mga foreign workers na kanilang kinukuha. Okay. And I've said this in previous episodes. Meron po kasi ilang mga nag-reach out sa akin. Mga ganyan pong workers sa food service and in Quebec. Nakailan na po nag-email sa akin na basically nadala sila ng agency dyan and medyo ang kanilang working conditions is not ideal. Yun na lang sasabihin ko. No? So I wanna know if they are part of it. Napuntahan ko yung soundbite kanina nung abogado ng mga kumpanyang to, no? To me, it's an indirect admission in a way, no? Talagang, ang naririnig ko doon, ayaw siguro nilang magtaas ng sweldo. But then they are saying kasi siguro, economic times din nga naman, maaari. Hirap talaga sila, no, to accommodate higher wages. Pero I'm sure the locals who are going to hear this, magtataas ng kilay lang yan. Sasabihin nila, naku, nagdadrama na naman ito mga negosyanteng ito, nakukuripot sa kanilang pasweldo. Hula ko lang yun, ha? Anong palagay nyo? Do you feel that way too?
The changes were put in place after growing pressure from Quebec and some conservative organizations who argue Canada can't sustain such massive temporary immigration.
300,000 additional people. So of course it has a major impact on services.
But Quebec business groups say restricting the number of temporary workers means they can't fill vacant positions, which affects their output and may even force some of them out of business.
These companies either have to slow down production, refuse contracts, and in certain cases, they will even close down certain shifts. We can think of weekend shifts, night shifts, because we can't find the workers that we need.
No one from the
Totoo kaya yun, ano? They cannot fill the vacancies raw. Okay. Siguro there are some local workers who are, very principled, no? Na hindi nila tatanggapin ang isang trabaho kung hindi tama yung sweldo. Sige, bigay na natin yun. Siguro there are some people like that, so hindi sila mag-a-apply. Pero in this time of, alam mo na, mahirap ang ekonomiya ngayon. Cost of living is going very high, di ba? It's rising, kumbaga. How long can you wait? Please, yung mga kababayan natin dyan sa Quebec, ano ba talaga ang siste? At tinanong ko na to ilang beses sa previous episodes. No? Ano ba talaga ang nangyayari dyan? So, sinasabi ng mga kumpanyang ito, hindi raw nila ma-fill yung vacancies left by foreign workers. Wala ba talaga nag-a-apply? Ano ba? Anong nangyayari? No? Or perhaps talagang, again, may principled Canadians being united at this time, ano? Para mapuwersa ang mga these big companies especially, no, na magtaas ng sweldo for their workers.
federal government was available to comment on the lawsuit today. But the businesses say it's an urgent matter because with each passing month, they're losing money and the ability for stability if they don't have the workers to do the jobs. Stéphane Giroux.
Okay. Urgent matter daw, ano? Sabi nila, urgent matter. We'll see. Sabi nga ng reporter, wala pa rong side yung federal government tungkol dito. But again, they are suing for $300 million. Ang laking pera, no? To cover their financial losses. Diba? I, of course, was intrigued again. Nag-check ako ng mga reaction ng mga tao dito, specifically on Reddit. Tignan nyo, no? Kasi na-post itong discussion na ito doon. Yeah, no? The article was shared there, so it's gaining a lot of traction too. Sabi dito, ito nga yung binabanggit ko, no? This is the proof in the pudding that the TFW program is just a wage suppression program. In listening to the lawyer talk about it, he's basically saying that there was an unlimited amount of TFW. It's crazy how captured our government is by corporations. Definitely, I think dapat din, no, i-tweak yung TFW program. Okay? To avoid the situation. May pakinabang din naman talaga, no, guys, ang TFWs. Perhaps there are really some jobs na mas tinatanggap ng foreign workers kesa sa mga taga dito. Pero, it should not be a tool for wage oppression for sure, ano. Kasi ang nangyayari, ang malalaking kumpanya, they find a way around the TFW program. Talagang doon na lang sila heavily reliant. Siyempre, dapat nga naman may balance yan, di ba? Kunyari, magpo-post sila ng job vacancy. Na, oo, sige, naghahanap kami ng mga locals. Naghahanap kami ng mga trabahante para sa posisyong ito. Po-post lang nila yun, wala naman silang i-hire just to comply with the requirement na papayagan sila ng gobyerno makasecure ng lamiya, di ba? So, ang nangyari, they became heavily reliant on TFW siguro over the recent years, di ba? Ayun, sabi dito, it's beyond wage suppression. If a worker complains about poor living or working conditions, they can get deported. Parang ganyan din yung ilang hinaing ng mga nag-email sa akin dati, no? O ito, yung sabi ko lang, they make a posting, job posting to. Don't hire anybody for 6 months, then they say they can't find anyone and therefore need Lamia. Ayun, at ang sabi nung isa, most of these don't even have any open position open anywhere. They're just going straight to the TFW program without even trying to hire anyone here. Totoo ba yun? Okay, taga-Quebec daw siya. We need a list of all these businesses, propagate and shame them out of business for not paying real wages. Oh wow, ito pala yung listahan ng mga daw. And I do not see fast food chains. Aba, so puro manufacturing ng mga iba't ibang produkto, steel products, o may retail trade of wood, trailers for commercial use, wholesale trade, sand industry, plastics, machinery and equipment, wood processing. Aba, okay, wala yung mga restaurant pala dito. Sa tanong nung isa, how on earth are manufacturing and holding companies, machining, not able to hire Canadians? Okay, so that is also my question nga, no? Okay. I'm not saying na ayoko magtaas ng sweldo, no, ng mga employers, pero ang mangyayari nito, maghihintayin ang both sides, so the workers and the businesses. Tingnan natin kung sino po ang unang kukurap. Anyway, I will end this episode here. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!